Hi there, thank you for joining me. I'm Robin, and I'm going to be leading you through a mindful slow flow. We'll move our bodies, we'll quiet our minds, we'll stretch, we'll breathe. Let's start down on our backs. So come all the way down and just extend the legs, extend the arms up and over, and just take a couple of breaths here. Just connect with your breath. Just notice the inhale and the exhale. Just let the feet flop out to the side. Perhaps hold on to opposite elbows. Settle the shoulders back and down. Feel free to close your eyes. And just take a couple of breaths, noticing the expansion through the chest on your inhale. And just letting the exhale settle the body into the mat. Relax the jaw. Clear the mind. Just bringing your awareness to your breath and how your body's feeling. On your next inhale, just extend the arms, reach out through the toes, take a nice full inhale, and on your exhale, hug one knee into the chest. Soften the shoulders, release the jaw. On your next inhale, open up, lengthen. Exhale, hug the opposite knee in. Same thing one more time. Inhale, extend, full body breath. And when you're ready, go ahead, hug one knee into the chest. And one last time, other side. Inhale to open. Exhale, hug the knee in. And then go ahead and bring both knees into the chest. And just do circles on the ceiling with the knees, moving the hips, nice little massage on the lower back. One direction and then switch, circle the other way. Come back to center, hug the knees in. And then plant the feet on the floor, open the arms nice and wide, and just gently windshield wiper the knees side to side. Just let the hips open. The hips can come up, the shoulders can move. Just flow a little bit here. One more time each side. And then hug the knees back into the chest. Take a nice big inhale, exhale here. And then either roll over onto one side or hands to the back of the knees and come all the way up to sitting. Sitting up nice and tall, feel free to close the eyes. Settle the shoulders back and down, little tuck to the chin. And again, connect to your breath, using your inhale to sit up nice and tall, and the exhale to settle down through the sits bones, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, the forehead, the face. On your next inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Inhale to reach up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders back and down. Again, take a nice big round of breath here. Inhale, reach all the way up. Come into your twist, bring one hand to the outside of the opposite knee, look back towards the back shoulder. Use your inhale to sit up a little taller, and your exhale to soften the shoulders back. Find a little bit more space to twist. On your inhale, come back to center, both arms reach up, and then to the other side. Plant that hand behind you. Inhale, sit up a little taller. Exhale, twist. Bring the chin back towards the back shoulder. And slowly unwind. Both arms reach up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Uncross and recross the legs in the opposite direction. Sit up nice and tall. Bring one elbow up. You can hold on to the elbow. Let the hand drop behind the head. Get a nice long line from the top of your head down to your tailbone. And then when you're ready, reach up and over, side stretch. Back up to center, both arms reach up, and then switch sides. Hold the opposite elbow straight up to the ceiling, up and then over. Breathe here. Come all the way back up to center. Both arms reach up. Open the arms, nice big wide T position. On an inhale, lift up through the chest. And on your exhale, bring the hands together, round the upper back, send the arms away. Couple more times like that. Inhale to open. And on your exhale, bring the hands together, round the back, send the hands away. Feel that stretch in the upper back. One more time, same thing. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. One more time, open the arms up. Reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring the hands behind you. Bring the feet in front, knees bent. One more time with your windshield wipers. Really lift up through that top hip. Get that nice twist. Release in the lower back. This is a good one to do first thing in the morning or before you go to bed. Feels good anytime. One more time here on each side. And then making your way up and over, coming into tabletop position. Spread the fingers, stack the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and let's flow through cat-cow. On an inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest and the tailbone. Feel that nice squeeze through the spine. Full exhale, round the back. Drop the head, push the floor away. And continue flowing here, matching your breath with your movement, with your inhale and your exhale. Keeping the jaw nice and relaxed. And your breath slow and steady. Let's do one more in each direction. And come back to a flat back. Turn to look back at one hip, squeeze the hip to the shoulder, shoulder to hip, and all the way over, same thing, other side. Come back to center, walk the hands away from you, drop down onto your elbows, release the forehead to the floor, keep the hips lifted, come into puppy dog and take a couple of breaths here. Opening up through the chest and the shoulders. On your next inhale, start to walk the hands back. Come all the way up into high knees. Inhale the arms all the way up. Reach up, lengthen through the waist. Bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders back and down. You can stay here, or you can hinge forward, dropping the forehead to the floor. Maybe the arms reach up and over. See if you can draw the palms together. And then when you're ready, strong through center, come all the way back up. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. And coming back down, tabletop position. Let's move through the shoulders as we thread the needle. So on an inhale, reach one arm up to the ceiling. And then under the arm, thread through. Just reach to the wall beside you. And continue here a couple more times with this flow. Reach as you come through. One more time here. Coming back to tabletop, switch sides. Other arm reaches up to the ceiling. Exhale, thread the needle. One last time, reach up. Exhale, reach through. Come all the way back, tabletop position. Tuck the toes, lift the hips up, come into downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, lift the hips up, Send the hips back. Feel that lengthening down the back of the legs, that lengthening in the spine. Relax the jaw, gaze in between the feet. Take one more inhale, exhale here. And come back down, tabletop position. Inhale, come up onto high knees. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, release the hands down alongside the hips. I'm just going to turn so you can see. Extend one leg out to the side. Toes can be facing forward or out, whatever's comfortable. Plant that foot down. Inhale the arms all the way up. Reach up and over the extended leg. Don't push on the knee, just slide the arm down. You can tuck the chin into the armpit or turn the gaze down. Just check in with the neck. Take a nice big breath here. On an inhale, come all the way up to center. Both arms reach up. And then down, plant the hand on the floor. Reach up and over. Nice long line from that extended leg out to the fingertips. Same thing one more time. Come all the way up. Both arms reach the ceiling. And then over to the extended leg. Inhale, exhale here. And up and over to the floor. Draw yourself back up to center. Both arms reach up. Plant the hands on the floor for another version of threading the needle. So the extended leg, same arm. Inhale, reach up to the ceiling. Reach under on your exhale. 2 more times, flow here. Open up again, reach up to the ceiling. Perhaps that hand can open up behind you as you spread the collarbone, lift up through the chest. Exhale, release that hand to the floor. Slide that leg back, high knees, inhale the arms up. Exhale, release the hands down and switch sides. So this foot again is planted, toes forward or out. When you're ready, inhale, come up. And exhale over the extended leg. Bring both arms up to the ceiling. And then all the way down to the floor. Reach the arm over. You can always prop this. You can use a block underneath the hand. If you want to bring the floor up a little bit closer, feel free to use a prop. Bring yourself all the way back up. One more time, same thing. Inhale, back up to center. Both arms reach up. Plant the hands on the floor in front. And thread the needle. Reach up to the ceiling. And under. Exhale here. Inhale to open. Exhale. One last time. Reach up. And through. Reach all the way back up to center. Push the floor away. Don't sit in the shoulder joint. Option to drop that arm back. Take a breath here. Bring your hand back down. Come up onto high knees. That extended leg, just turn the toes and bend the knee, 90-degree angle. Reach up, plant the hand on the floor or a block. Reach up to the ceiling. Think about stacking the arms. You can snuggle the inner leg with the outer arm. Gaze up or down. Just check in with the neck. Take one more breath here. And then when you're ready, draw yourself all the way back up to center. Both arms reach up. Exhale, switch legs. 90 degree, plant the foot, inhale, reach up. That hand comes to the inside of the foot, inside of the leg. Stack the arms open. On your next inhale, draw yourself all the way back up. Both arms reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, release. Make your way back into tabletop position. And just move through the hips and the shoulders in whatever way feels good. Coming back to center, spreading the fingers wide, tuck the toes, and make your way to downward facing dog. So get your base here, spreading the fingers, hands are about shoulder width distance apart. Drop the head, lift the hips up and back. Then take a couple of breaths here. It doesn't matter if your heels reach the floor. You just want to feel them going in that direction. Feel the chest coming towards the thighs, the back of the thighs, reaching towards the back of the room. Take a couple of breaths here. Release the jaw, soften the breath. And feel that lengthening in both the legs and the spine. On your next inhale, push into both hands, reach the right leg straight up behind you. And step that foot forward. And come down with that back knee. Make your way into your low lunge. Ankle under the knee. Inhale the arms up. Press into that front foot. Inhale, get some length in the waist. Little baby back bend. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the hand to the thigh, the other hand to the floor. Twist towards the bent knee. Inhale here. You can look up over that back shoulder. Push the floor away, rotate through the chest. Slowly unwind. Inhale, both arms up. Forearm to the thigh. The other arm reaches up and over. Nice big side stretch. And reach up to the ceiling. Both arms reach up. Plant the hands on the inside of the foot. You can just sort of toe heel that foot over. Turn the toes out slightly. Plant the hands. Let that hip open up to the side. If it's available, you can drop the knee out to the side, rolling over onto the pinky toe side of your foot. If your hip's not happy, just keep that foot planted. Take a couple of breaths here. And if it's available, coming down onto your forearms, perhaps bringing the palms together. So you can be up or down, and just imagine that you can breathe some space into the hip. And feel free to move around a little bit here. You don't have to stay in one place. Take a couple more breaths here in lizard. And then if your knee is open, plant that foot back down, start to walk yourself back up. Tuck the back toes and step all the way back, downward facing dog. Feel free to either walk the legs out or stay with both heels coming down. Whatever feels good, whatever is working for you. Take a couple of breaths here. And then same thing, other side. Lift the other leg all the way up. Push into both hands, bend that knee, step forward. Drop down, low lunge on the other side. Inhale the arms all the way up. Almost like you're drawing the inner thighs towards each other. That'll give you a little bit more height, a little bit more length, a little bit more stability. Hand to the thigh, other hand to the floor, and twist towards the bent leg. Take a couple of breaths here. And unwind, come all the way back up. Both arms reach to the ceiling. Forearm to the thigh, reach up and over. Still pushing down into that front foot. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, both hands come up to the ceiling. Find that length in your waist. Plant the hands on the inside of the foot. Just sort of toe heel. Bring that foot out a little wider, turn the toes out. And either drop the knee open or keep it planted on the floor. Either stay up or you can walk down onto your forearms. So wherever you are, up or down, take a couple of breaths here. You can straighten that back leg, find a little bit more space in the hip flexors. And then slowly plant the hands, start to make your way back up to center. Tuck that back toe, step back, downward facing dog. Just walk the feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart. Bring the hands a little bit closer than shoulder width distance apart. Drop the chest, lift the hips. Take a nice big round of breath here. And then option to add a twist. So really push down through one hand and the other arm can come back to the opposite ankle or the shin. Turn and look under the armpit and add the twist. And then release, plant both hands, take a pause here. And when you're ready, same thing other side. Push down through the one hand and add your twist. And then come back to center, bend the knees, and walk, step, or jump to the front of your mat. Forward fold. Drop the head, bring the hands to the shins, come up halfway. Pause here, gaze is down, neck is long. Feel that extension out from the hips to the crown of the head. Take one more inhale, and on an exhale, fold forward. Little tuck to the chin, perhaps a micro bend in the knees. And as you come up, bring the arms alongside the hips, fingers reaching back. Again, gaze is down, neck and spine nice and long. Engage the lower back muscles. Another inhale here. And on your exhale, fold forward. You can hold on to opposite elbows. Take a pause here. And then big bend to the knees, reverse swan dive. Come all the way up to standing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release the hands behind you. Interlace the fingers, draw the shoulders back. An option to fold forward. Hands come up and over, drop the head. Again, you can have a little micro bend in the knees. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take a breath. Strong through the legs, root down through the feet as you come all the way back up to standing. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, release. Turning lengthwise on your mat, take a nice big wide stance. Turn the toes out slightly, heels in. Inhale the arms all the way up. Exhale as you bend the knees, nice and wide squat. Slide down as if you're sliding right down the wall. Have the elbows coming straight out from the shoulders. Pushing down through the feet. Feel like the knees are coming back and feel like the ribs are almost like they're tucking in. Take a couple of breaths here. You can have the palms facing in towards the ears or facing out. Let's straighten up. Inhale, lengthen, straight arms and straight legs. Same thing, slide back down into your goddess pose. Feel the knees coming back, strong through center. And then forearm to the thigh, reach up and over. All the way back up to center, straight arms and straight legs. Same thing, slide down into goddess, forearm to the opposite thigh, reach up and over. And then keep that bend in the knees and come back over to the other side. Reach nice and long out through the fingertips. Option to stay here, or you can slide that hand down on the inside of the foot. You can do Spider-Man fingers, find a block, whatever works. Open the arm up. Take one more big inhale. You can be down here or up on the thigh. Make your way up to standing, straight legs, straight arms. And same thing other side. Come back down, do your side stretch, either here or plant the hand. Take a couple of breaths. If you're down on the floor, prop yourself back up on your forearm. Take a nice big inhale. Come all the way back up to standing. Straight arms and straight legs. And exhale, release the hands down. Turn the toes in, heels out. Just a tiny little pigeon toe. Hands to the hips, come forward, flat back. Hinge from the hips, feel the lengthening out the top of the head. Take a couple breaths here. And then fold forward. If your hands don't find the floor, you can hold on to opposite elbows. On your exhale, lift the hips. Feel like the top of the head is coming down towards the floor. Plant one hand on the floor underneath the nose and reach the other arm up to the ceiling. Come into a twist. One more inhale, exhale here. And then slowly release hands, switch sides. One more big inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Take another pause here, dropping the head. And then hands to the hips, come up halfway. And inhale, strong legs, come all the way up to standing. And then just toe, heel, or hop, step the feet together. Come into standing, we're gonna come through our standing balancing pose. And we'll come into tree. So find your standing leg, decide which is your standing leg. Find your point of focus on the floor, on the wall, something that's not moving. And then bring the foot to either the inside of the thigh or the inside of the calf, just above or below the knee. Bring the hands to heart center and take a couple of breaths here. Find your focus, your breath, your balance. Option to stay here, or you can open the arms out, spread your wings or your tree branches. And take a couple of breaths. Soften the jaw. Keep some space between the shoulders and the ears. Feel free to do this with one finger on the wall if you need a little help with your balance. Take another nice big inhale. Reach through the arms. Bring the hands back to heart center. And then as you release that knee, bring it forward. Hug the knee up towards the chest. Option to stay here or bring the arms up alongside the ears. Take a couple of breaths here. One more inhale. Exhale, release the leg, hands to the hips. Flip that standing foot over and just stretch out the toes, the top of the foot, the ankle. And then switch sides. New standing leg, find your point of focus, and when you're ready, tuck the foot in, almost like you're hugging the knee to the foot to the knee. Hands to heart center, take a couple of breaths here. Option to inhale the arms up and over. Take another nice big inhale here. Strong, feel all those little stabilizing muscles in the feet and the ankles and the calf. And then you can bring the hands back to center. Bring the knee forward, lift it up. Option to bring the arms up to the ceiling alongside the ears. Maybe lift that knee just a little higher. And exhale, release. Take the other foot, flip it over, stretch that whole front side. Nice. Inhale, release. Come to stand at the top of your mat. Inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale, fold forward. Drop the head, lift the hips. And then bend the knees, sit down into your invisible chair, bring the hands to prayer, and take a pause here. On an inhale, come up to standing. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, sit back down into your chair. Keep the heart lifted. Gaze is down and slightly forward so your neck is still nice and long, an extension of your spine. Take another inhale, exhale, and when you're ready, come back up to standing. Inhale, reach up one last time. This time you can bring the arms forward if you like, parallel to the floor. Take a couple of breaths here. And then as you fold forward, drop the hands, drop the head. Bend the knees and step all the way back. Come through plank. So stack the arms over the wrists. Hug up and in through the lower belly. Push the floor away. And then shift forward slightly. Send the elbows straight back and lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck the toes and just make a pillow with your palms. Take a couple of breaths here. You can rock the hips gently side to side. Take a full inhale, open up the back ribs, and on your exhale, just sink into the mat. You can lift one leg, lengthen to the back of the room, and lower. Same thing other side. Lift, lengthen, and lower. Giving yourself a little bit more space in the front hip flexors. And then come up into Sphinx, stacking the elbows under the shoulders. Almost like you're gripping the mat, almost like you're pulling the elbows back towards the hips, but without moving them. Legs are active but on the floor. Draw the chest through the gateway of your arms. Take a couple of breaths here. And then a few different versions. Come into whatever back bend is working for you today. You can stay here in Sphinx, or you can push into the hands, straighten the arms, and lift up into Seal. Soften the shoulders away from the ears. Take a couple of breaths here. Slowly lower all the way down. Take a pause in Sphinx. And do that same flow again. Or if you'd like a little bit more, bring the hands underneath the shoulders and come all the way up. This time come into up dog. Lift the legs. Push the floor away. Keep bringing the chest through, shoulders down. And take a couple of breaths here. Be mindful of your elbows. If you have a tendency to overextend, just have a little bend. You want to strengthen. One more inhale, exhale here. And lower all the way down. Again, take a pause on your belly. You can come to one cheek or to the chin or the forehead and just rock the hips gently side to side. And then slide one knee forward, coming to half frog. So the knees coming straight out from the hip. and the foot's coming down from the knee. You can stay down or you can prop yourself up on your forearms. And you can stay here or you can plant the hand, add a twist, look over that top shoulder. Take another inhale, exhale in whichever position you're in. And then slowly release all the way down to the floor. Send that leg back. And when you're ready, same thing other side. The other leg comes straight out from the hip. Half frog on the other side. Stay down or prop yourself on your forearms. Stay in center or add a twist. And then make your way back to center. Slide that leg straight back behind you and lower all the way down. Again, it's always nice to rock the hips gently side to side. And now, coming into the shoulders, open the arms nice and wide into a T position. Prop one arm in front. Roll yourself over onto your side like you're leaning up against the wall. So that back hand is extended straight back from the shoulder, palm down. This is your kickstand. Stacking the hips, stacking the legs. Relaxing the head down onto the floor, onto a block or a blanket. Option to lift the top leg, bend the knee, and step that foot back behind you. That knee can open up to the ceiling or as far as is available. Take a couple of breaths here. Option to lift that arm up to the ceiling. Maybe drop it back down behind you too. Just checking with the shoulders. Keep breathing here. At any time, if there's any pain, you want to back out of the pose. You can sit with some discomfort, but no pain. Take another inhale, exhale. Plant the hand back down. Roll back to your belly. Open out into a T position. And just take a pause here. And then when you're ready, we'll do the same thing on the other side. This arm straight out from the shoulder. Stack the hips, stack the legs. Option to step that foot behind you. Option to reach the hand up to the ceiling. Maybe it drops back. Take a couple of breaths here. And then release the hand, unwind, come back to center. Make a pillow with your palms and take a couple of breaths here. Just feel that nice pressure in the whole front body as you just sink into the mat, sink into the floor, into the earth. And then sliding the hands back alongside the chest and move the hips back. Child's pose. Hips come to the heels, drop the forehead to the floor. So your knees can be parallel or you can do nice wide knees, big toes touching. Settle down a little bit further. You can walk the hands away from you, lengthening the arms. And take a couple of breaths here. Take a breath into the back body. Again, feel it in the upper back ribs, opening up on an inhale and settling and releasing forward on your exhale. One more nice big round of breath. And then pull yourself back up into tabletop. Move a little through the hips and the shoulders. And then either spin the legs around to the side or cross at the ankles, roll over, come to sitting, and just scoot forward to the front of your mat so you have some space behind you. Hold on to the front of the shins. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Soften the shoulders. And a seated version of cat-cow. Lift up through the chest. And on an exhale, round the back, straighten the arms. One more time, same thing. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, straighten the arms and sit back in the spine. Glue the feet to the floor. Inhale, come all the way back up. You can roll down. You can have your legs either extended straight out or bent. So this is a little bit more gentle on your lower back. And this will be a little bit, asking a little bit more from your lower back. So whatever you feel like, glue the feet, glue the legs, extend the arms out parallel to the floor, and slowly and gently roll all the way down. One vertebrae at a time. And let the head come down last. Reach the arms up and over, and just walk the feet a little bit closer to you. Lengthen here, reach the arms. And then reach straight up to the ceiling, like you're touching the ceiling, separating the back in the back of the shoulder blades. And then lower the hands alongside the hips. Tuck the shoulders back and down, and we'll come up into bridge. So feet are hip-width distance apart. Push down into the feet. Plant the hands, plant the arms. And when you're ready, lift the hips up. And then tuck one shoulder under and then the other, perhaps interlacing the fingers underneath the hips. A little tuck to the chin, gaze straight up to the ceiling or towards the belly button. Push into the feet, lift the hips. A nice big stretch for the whole front body as you're strengthening the back body. You can stay here, or if you'd like, you can lift the heels up. Maybe giving you a little bit more space to lift the hips. Take another nice big inhale here. Don't let the knees splay out to the side. Keep them coming straight forward, almost like you're squeezing a block in between the inner thighs. And then you can slowly lower the heels. Take another breath here. And then as you untuck the shoulders, slowly roll all the way down. And let the spine sink into the floor. And when you're ready, hug both knees into the chest. You can bring the knees as wide as the shoulders and gently rock side to side. And then holding onto one leg, extend the other leg along the floor. If that's not available, bend the knee. Check in, see what feels good. Open that knee out to the shoulder. And either stay here, or if you'd like to come into half happy baby, hold onto the pinky toe side of the foot. Foot stands on the ceiling, bend the knee, draw the knee down towards the shoulder. Again, this leg can be extended or bent. Take a couple of breaths here. Soften the face, relax the jaw. Give the foot a nice squeeze. Release the foot, hug the knee into the chest. Same thing, other side. Extend the legs, extend the arms. Take a nice big full body breath. And when you're ready, hug the other knee into the chest. Open it out to the side. And then option to come into half happy baby. Pinky toe. Bring the knee down towards the shoulders. Soften the shoulders back. You don't want any tension in the neck, the shoulders, or the jaw. Legs extended or bent. Take a couple of breaths here. A nice big hip opener. Again, you can give the foot a little squeeze. it works hard for you. Release the foot and bend the knee, hug it into the chest. Hug both knees in. Maybe give a little rock and roll around, a little circle or side to side. And then knees bent, feet to the floor. Open the arms out into a T position. We'll come into a spinal twist. I'm going to cross the right leg over the left, knee to knee, thigh to thigh, and then drop the knees down to the left. If you'd rather have just the legs stacked one on top of each other, feel free. Scoot the shoulder blades apart, settle the upper back, gaze either straight to the ceiling or away from the knees. Feel free to close your eyes. With every inhale, open up through the chest, make room for your breath, and on the exhale, soften, relaxing the shoulders, the upper back. And take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, open up, lift the chest, and then exhale, slowly start to bring the knees back to center. Keep the legs crossed, hug the knees into the chest. You can hold on to the shin or the back of the thighs. Soften the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here. Release the legs, plant the foot. Again, arms open into T position. Uncross and recross the legs. And when you're ready, drop the knees down to the right. Spread your wings wide, settle the shoulders, settle the upper back, and just feel that flexibility, the mobility in the spine. Adjust the legs if necessary. Perhaps turning the gaze away from the knees. Close the eyes and take a couple of breaths here. It's a little bit harder to breathe in a twist, but try to focus and extend the length of both the inhale and the exhale. Again, a nice big inhale through the nose. Think about that nice squeeze for the whole digestive system, internal organs. And then as you slowly unwind, bring the knees back up, uncross the legs, and just shift back, straightening through the hips and the shoulders and the spine. And then when you're ready, go ahead and hug both knees back into the chest. Release the feet back to the floor. Walk the feet out as wide as your mat in a nice gentle windshield wiper side to side. Again, you can just let the hip come up. Don't worry about the shoulders. A little movement here. And then when you're ready, we'll come into our final resting pose of Shavasana. So if you have an eye mask, you might want to grab that, or a towel or a sweatshirt just to cover the eyes, a little weight on the forehead. And either keep the knees bent, with the knees dropping in, feet nice and wide, internally rotating through the hips. Or if it's available, if the lower back is okay, you can straighten the legs, let the feet flop out to the side. Tuck the shoulders back and down. Release the arms, palms up. Make any other little adjustments or any little movements that you need to make. And then give yourself permission to sit in stillness, quieting the body, quieting the mind. Being aware simply of your breath and how your body's feeling. Feel the forehead soften and widen. Feel the eyes sink heavily back down into their sockets. Relax the jaw. Maybe bring a little space in between the molars. Relaxing the throat, the neck and the shoulders. Letting the breath move through the body. Using your exhale to let every muscle release and relax. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the mat, sinking into the earth. Take a nice big inhale through the nose and a full, complete exhale through the mouth. Make a big, loud sigh as you release the breath. Same thing one more time. A big inhale, fill the chest. A complete exhale, let it all go. You can continue staying here for as long as you like. And then when you're ready to move, start to wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes, maybe flexing and pointing through the ankles, maybe circle the wrists. On your next inhale, reach the arms up and over. Bring the legs together, point the toes, and take a nice full inhale here. And again, on your exhale, let everything melt, release, relax. And when you're ready to move, you can bend the knees, plant the feet on the floor. Roll over to one side. Feel free to take a pause here. You can prop the head, keep the eyes closed. And slowly and gently bring yourself all the way back up to a comfortable seated position. Again, feel free to keep the eyes closed. Settle down through the sits bones. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Feel your breath traveling up and right through to the top of the head. On your next inhale, perhaps bringing the arms all the way up. Again, feel that length. Exhale, release. One last time. Inhale, reach up. Pause at the top of your inhale. Feel that space. And on your exhale, let it all go. Option to bring the hands to heart center. Perhaps the back of the thumbs to the middle of the forehead. Close your eyes, take a breath. Thank yourselves for showing up and joining me in this practice. Thank yourself for moving the body and quieting the mind. Thank you for being here and joining me for this practice. Have a beautiful day. Be happy, be healthy, stay safe. Namaste.